Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT. I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Feliz. I'm married to LT.
I'm Aubrey. I'm a recovering addict.
Yay, we're all recovering addict. Well, actually, we used to be. How about that? I'm not an addict anymore or an alcoholic. That may rub some people wrong, but it's a fact. I've changed my life and my behavior is huge, big time. But anyway, what's up, everybody? It's good to see everybody in the chat. All those good, familiar faces. Jeanette, Warrior Goddess in the house. What's up, Tracy?
Hey, Tracy.
Who else we got up in here? Des Cook, Teeter, Des.
Shout out to Des for being the first one in the chat.
Yes, Des is the winner,
Des
Teeter.
wins.
Teeter, you're second. That's okay. That is okay. And Jordan Nicole in third place. So what's up, everybody? If you are new here, you just happen to tune in, like, what the heck is this? We've been going live since 2020, since the pandemic like screwed us up and we had to Zoom meeting everything. We were wearing masks and all that garbage. We went live for a long time. So that's kind of what happened. And then we turned this into a legit nonprofit. Recovering Addict is legit and 501c3 nonprofit that is brick and mortar. And now we're back live. We had to take a break because once we turned it into a nonprofit that is free for everybody, not only on the Discord here on our live streams and educational content, it is also free for the local community here in Utah. And that's the way we want to keep it. So we've had to make a bunch of chess moves and pawns and horsies and castles and stuff that move around the board and
Like a chess match.
like a chess match.
A chess match?
We bought horses.
Well, not yet. We're about to get some horsies.
We could buy horses.
But anyway, we're trying to get it free. We want it free. And the reason we want it free is because 30, 60, and 90-day programs, they're busted. And I've learned a lot over this last year and a half or so in recovery. So you're going to see a lot of different stuff that I'm going to say that may rub you a little wrong, but I don't care. I know what I've been through. I know what I've seen, and I'm going to say what I believe. And if we can have an awesome discussion, because we're humans in recovery, we can do that. But 30, 60, 90-day programs, man, they're broke. And so we want ours to be free and long as you need it. Because if we've been addicted 10, 15 years to alcohol, drugs, whatever, how are we going to be okay on day 30? Or how are we going to be okay on day 60? Or how are we going to be on day 90? And you got to go, right? And the reason you got to go is because the insurance ran out or the money ran out or whatever it is, right? And so we want to create a place that's support, that builds people to a healthy relationship with themselves, with their family, with their friends, as long as they need it. You want to stick with us for a few years? By all means, keep sticking with us. We're going to keep it free. So
stick with us forever.
Yeah. Oh, can we get a mic check? So this is our first time live in like a year, it feels like. How do we sound? Are we coming through clear? Can y'all hear us? I know there's probably a bunch of glitches in my stuff. I haven't set this up for a long time. And let me know if this works. Aubrey in the house.
I mean, I heard it. That was cool on my end.
Lucky.
So sick. So I'm pretty sure
When
we're going
in the
into
basement, and every time Allie would walk through,
yeah.
we'd go.
Sounds great.
We knew she was
Loud and clear. Awesome. So we'll just make sure that we're talking in our microphones good. And we are loud and clear.
Can you guys hear me from here?
No, I don't think. I think you need to be closer.
I don't want to
move your mic.
Visual is blurry. All right, let me fix the viz. I'll let Feliz talk for a minute.
Here you go.
Ooh, I get to talk to everybody while he fixes
Grant.
How about now?
Hi,
Check it now.
Grant.
I lost you.
Lost you, but did you get us back? Completely cut out.
I wonder if it's because I added this to the stream.
What?
And okay, how about now?
Can you hear us now? Black
screen.
Black screen.
See, that's why we did a test run.
Test
Black
run.
screen.
We
Can
did it.
hear, no visual. What the frickin' frecker?
What the
Sound is okay.
fracker?
Is it this?
Are you black?
Is it this?
Freaking fracker.
Okay. It just needs to
Yes.
catch up.
Hey guys, welcome back.
I'm
Okay.
confused.
Okay, go ahead.
You'll only see me. That's because I'm the only most important one.
Ew.
Just kidding. Language. Freaking fracking.
Freaking fracking fracker.
Fracker. Frick.
Stupid.
Everybody say hi to Xylan in the background helping us out.
Hey,
What up,
Xylan? Stage
Xylan?
crew.
Yeah.
The real
Grant says
MVP.
it's all good now, so that's good.
All good. Saying is it's gone. You'll never know.
Go.
Different view. Now I look old again. This one makes me look very young. All I was saying. makes my cheeks glow. See? Most important.
Most important.
I'm
Felice is the most
Thank
important.
you.
Oh, that's nice, Facebook user.
Oh, another thing to remember, if you are in the private group, when you comment, it's just going to pull you up as a Facebook user.
Crystal.
And that is to hide your identity, which is cool. If that's what you want to remain is anonymity, that's fine. But if you want your name to be seen, like we won't even know who you are. But I appreciate the Happy Father's Day. I appreciate the Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Grant, to you too. You're an amazing dad. And everybody else that is on this side of addiction, being an actual dad now, that's a good thing. And we praise God for it. So what were you saying? Are we blurry as crap? Like, why?
No, mine just sucks. This one. But Des is all nothing has changed.
Who said that?
Des.
Des. Yeah, we're still the same knuckleheads. There's no doubt about
I'm trying
that.
to figure out technology.
Just
I'm just
goobing.
trying to figure it out.
Just trying to.
I wonder if the Wi-Fi would be better. Because I'm connected hardline. Interesting.
Interesting.
Go, Xylan, follow this black cord and unplug it and just see what happens. Okay.
I didn't touch the buttons, Jeanette.
This
time.
It was Feliz for
I
sure.
don't even have a mouse. Look.
Listen,
Look at my
Felice
hands.
always touching the buttons. Somehow.
Aubrey's over here touching buttons under the table or
No
something.
buttons. No button touching.
With her feet.
Okay. We are hooked to Wi-Fi. We are good on Wi-Fi. It might be run better on Wi-Fi, which doesn't make sense, but okay. Anyway.
That's life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
Aw.
like I said, if you're new here, so 2 times in my life, I hit rock bottom. Early 2000s was meth addiction. And then my late 30s, I started drinking, not realizing the propensity that I have to wanting it now, right? I want instant gratification, and alcohol delivered that for me. And then my son, a lot of you know, was in an accident in 2017. And that gave me the justification and excuse to tell anybody that would be like, hey, bro, you got a problem. Well, my son almost died. Oh, yeah, you should probably drink then. You know, stupid justification to try to kill myself and ruin everything around me with alcohol. And then I went to rehab, spent about 6 months in a rehab, did all the steps, did all that good stuff. And now here I am almost 4 years later, completely sober and clean, changed my behaviors. That's what it's all about, y'all, is changing your behaviors and your attitude and your actions. As hard as it may be, you have to do that. And that's a bit of my story. And we'll get into all that stuff. But as our live stream starts to evolve here in the future, we're going to be live every Sunday night from 7 to 8:30 Mountain Time. And we're going to have 4 segments. The first segment's going to be like trending topics and news from our local area or big news across the country that has to do with addiction and overdose rates or whatever we find, right? And then the next one, I'm going to start teaching, like I always have, through educational books. And for the next little while, and I want you all to do this with us, and this is what we're actually doing in our local group right now. We're doing a 14-step goal setting guide. And this is a guide so that you can actually find your goals that you want to achieve in life, start to write them down, map them out, very detailed, put it into action, and literally accomplish what you want to do. And it's not just these arbitrary goals like, I want to do this one day. And then it's like, great. Keep hoping, keep having that goal.
Going.
You know, it's like a goal, or like hoping without action, you know, a goal that's just not written down and executed is it's just wishful thinking. And they say that the road to hell is paved on wishful thinking or good intentions, right? And so what we're going to do for the next few weeks is to actually build us some goals, write them down, and execute them. We're doing this in our local program, and that's what we want to do. And then the third segment is going to be the spiritual part of our thing, and we're going to go through this little book called Crossroads. You know, let me just read a little chunk to let you know what that's going to look like. You feel out of control? What began as an escape from the hassles of life became hazardous. Something, drugs, alcohol, and gambling, food, sex, is taking over, right? You feel like a slave. And we're going to get into addiction from a spiritual point of view. And then to top off our show at the end, I'm going to give some advice and tips that I've learned from owning a gym for the last couple of years on health and fitness, on how to work out and how to eat healthy. So we'll bring all that together at the end and say goodbye till next Sunday. So if you don't know who Felice is, I'll let her tell a little bit of her story, and then we'll go down the line and let Aubrey tell you guys who she is, because check it out. Our nonprofit got a huge grant from the state. We are literally brick and mortar inside of a gym. We bought into a gym, y'all. And we'll continue to keep telling you more about what we're doing as we go. And Aubrey is not only the first graduate of Recovering Addict Local, but she's also the first employee, like legit. And she works there. She's part of Recovering Addict as an employee, as a leader, as like a founding member. Like, she's more of an owner than anything, and she takes it on and kicks its butt. She put a golf tournament together for us not too long ago, just like a month ago, and freaking went. It was awesome. It was perfect. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up.
Killed it. We're
Thanks,
a little bit
guys.
frozen. Hopefully we unfrozen for a minute. Oh, this one's not frozen, I don't think. I'm Felice. I'm married to LT. I grew up in a family of addicts, a few uncles that died of overdose and stuff, and that scared me from ever wanting to do drugs. So I was on the straight and narrow, whatever. Then I met LT, and then a few years in, he became an alcoholic real bad. Then we go through quite a few years of that, and now we're on the other side of it, which is amazing. I love it, and it's the best. And I couldn't ask for anything any better. But that's my story, I suppose. That was a quick snippet.
Quick. Love it.
Tell us your whole story, Aubrey. Like, what the heck happened with you?
Oh, my
You're too
whole
young.
story from start to. I was born on May 4th, 1999
You're like too young to be an addict.
at
Okay.
2:38 p.m.
Where's Alan? Alan, May the 4th. There's a May the 4th, baby. He'll appreciate it.
She's literally, she came out with one of those glowy swords.
Yeah, a lightsaber.
Oh,
Listen, you're not even a Star Wars fan? What is your issue?
No.
What is your problem?
I am not a nerd.
Okay.
Don't let the Crocs fool you.
The Crocs. Anywho, well, that's when I was born. I grew up here in Utah, and I honestly, looking at my life, like, people would probably say like I had the perfect like growing up, and I don't say that to like brag about my life. I say that because
Sure you don't.
no, I say that because I used to think that like my life could never turn into what it turned into. Like, I was like, could never happen to me.
Right.
Like, that's what I thought. So, yeah, anyway, I was a good student. Chloe's sword. Good student, good person, good. What is happening? Anyway, graduated high school, went to college, went to Utah State, and I started to get to the point in my life where I like didn't know like what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to go to school for. I grew up a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I grew up LDS, and I didn't know if I believed in that anymore. I didn't know. I just didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted to do with anything. And so I started to figure out what I wanted to do. And I got introduced to alcohol when I was 19 and tried that, and it didn't really like do anything for me. Like, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Didn't fix my problems. Same thing with marijuana. Got introduced
Okay, we should be good.
Okay. Then I got introduced methamphetamine, and that was that. That was the end of it for me. I was addicted from that point forward. And I started using meth the day after my 21st birthday. And from then I know, sorry, Jeanette. Sorry.
Sorry for the pause.
Sorry for the
We're like,
pause.
what did you do?
Yeah, I started using meth, and I used meth for a total of 15 months, right as COVID started. So I didn't really experience the whole lockdown, everything, because I was just running amok, tweaking.
Pumping it up.
Like, it was messing with my schedule that Walmart got closed early. Like, Walmart wasn't open 24 hours anymore. And I was like, listen, I'm up all night. Like, what am I supposed to do now? But yeah, used meth. I was homeless for 9 months. And then eventually I got to the point where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeesh.
And didn't want to do it anymore. So I called my parents for help, and they came to get me from West Jordan, Utah. They picked me up and they took me home. And then I was waiting, or I was withdrawing on their couch, and my dealer contacted me and asked me to take him to Montana. I went to Montana with him, got stuck in Montana for a month, and called my parents again for help, and they came to pick me up. And then I got to the point that I was like, okay, obviously I need to go to treatment or something. Like, so I was waiting to get into treatment on a wait list, and they told me that they could get me in by the end of the week. And I was like, okay, so I need to do something to keep myself busy. And to keep myself busy, I went to a recovery event, which is where I met LT and Feliz and Recovering Addict. And they were a brand new little teeny tiny program. And they were like, you should come hang out with us. And I was like,
Because we're cool.
I was like, okay, well, I mean, and for those of you that don't know, our local program, we work out for an hour and then we have group for an hour. And I was like, listen, I'm a swimmer. I don't really work out. Like, I don't really like to work out on the land. No, don't like the land. And they were like, no, come on, you'll love it. So then from that moment forward, I've been with them ever since. So
Jeanette says, thank God you got out of it early enough to get your life back together. God has us experience crazy stuff because he has a plan for us. Amen to that.
I know, I'm so thankful.
Jimbo.
I'm really thankful that I got
Made it.
my
Sweet.
crap together.
Hey, Sean.
Really.
What's up, brother?
So
yeah, continue. Sorry.
no, that's the end. Then from that moment forward, I was like, okay, I guess I
Tell
kind
him
of
that you
like
were gonna. I was running around, so I didn't catch all the story. But you tell me you were by like Olympic badass swimmer.
No, I kind of left that part out.
That part is so cool.
I swam in high school, and then also I swam for Utah State, and I competed at nationals while I was swimming for Utah State. I took second in the nations, and I got Olympic qualifying times to then compete at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. But then I got injured, and I injured both of my shoulders, so I no longer could swim, which for most of my life had been my release emotions, frustrations, all that. Like anything that I bottled up, I just released in swimming. And so then when that got taken away, I was like, well, now what do I do? And that's when I started to experiment with bad stuff and substances.
It's crazy. Like our identity changes when the most important thing we hold in front of us kind of gets taken away.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden we're lost. Like, wait a minute, I was this and now I can't be that.
What even am I?
Literally, I remember the first day sitting home, like during swim practice, and being like, what am I supposed to do with myself? Like, I didn't know what to do. And I had to sit there with all of my thoughts and feelings. And that was like really new to me.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah. I was like, this is dumb.
These are feelings. You.
Betsy, welcome back. So Betsy's been on the show a long time ago. She says, good to have you guys back on. I will be tuning in. I called into your show a couple years back crying. She said it was embarrassing, but I remember that day. And she got 1 year last Sunday. My husband has one more day than me. Woo!
So proud of you.
And if he never relapses, you'll never catch him. He'll always be a day ahead of you.
No, don't do that.
Sabotage. Welcome back. It feels good to be back. I know, like when I talk about our nonprofit, this has been missing for a while because we've been setting up like the holistic thing of it. And I wish you guys could come to Utah and experience like what it has turned into from just us, me and Felice sitting in a basement. Actually started out in our living room in our old house.
Yeah, wasn't even finished yet.
To what it is now. It's crazy. We started an LLC, a production company, to where we go out and we film videos. And we just got the opportunity. Aubrey and I went out to Philadelphia and did a documentary on this program out there that's related to a program out here. And I'll get into that more. But Jim, I want to congratulate you on 11 years and 10 months. And I saw that you had seen your grandson and you haven't seen him for years. I saw that picture on Facebook with you guys. It's beautiful.
Relationships.
So proud of you, Jim.
Allie.
Allie.
I was just telling them about that when you walked by. It's so funny.
How did you know I needed a meeting tonight? God knows everything. Felice is not God.
We knew.
I'm just saying we knew.
God said, "Hey, Allie needs a meeting."
Teeters of work. Congratulations from Jeanette. Leslie says, hi, everybody. Betsy's smiling, happy. I'm happy too. Jim says, I've been here since late 2019. Y'all have been big on my journey, and I love and thank you for it. Yeah, I was looking through a lot of my old videos because I save everything on these SD cards, and I got a stack of them. And I remember we did your 10-year video. Didn't we do we did a whole 10-year thing for you, and I had everybody say thank you. And then I ran into like the one that Sean Leary made for us with, what was the song? I can't remember the song now.
But there was a Dorito chip.
Yeah, we did a whole commercial, or a whole music video that Sean Leary put together that he sang in.
Tell us what that song was.
Like, my recovery goes deep into you guys too. You guys have helped me a ton throughout this as well. But I want to show you a little bit of what we do as far as our production company. So I'll let you guys have the link. So if you ever just want to see like my portfolio and like what we're doing, because mostly what we do, we call it RA Studios, right? Recovering Addict Studios. And we serve video production for recovery programs, right? And therapeutic communities and police departments. Like, we want to keep that whole, what do you call it? A niche together. What do you call that? The continuity of recovery and helping out the community. We don't want to just go do like a car commercial for Toyota or, some brand. We want to actually be a part of the community so that when people hire our LLC, which is going to provide the money we need to keep our program fee on the nonprofit side, we're also helping that company save lives as well. And so I want to show you we'll just go through the intro of this video right here. And if you can't hear it, let me know. And
out here, it's been only tranquilizer and fentanyl, as everybody know. A lot of the actual Narcan doesn't work for that anymore, so a lot of people are dying in our hands, and a lot of teenagers die in my hands.
In 2017, 48,000 people died from drug overdose. In 2021, 108,000 plus people died from overdose, over double from 2017 to 2021. And we don't have the stats for last year yet.
An opioid epidemic in the United States is only getting worse. And at the heart of this horror story lies an animal tranquilizer. It is called xylazine.
In 17, we spent $1.02 trillion on the opioid disorder. In 2017, 1.02 trillion. The administration in 2022 gave $1.5 billion for the opioid disorder. Money's not working. What? 100,000 people dying from excess alcohol. 108,000 dying from overdose. 200,000 people. Take that per month. How many 9/11 bombings is that per month? 4? 3,000 people died in 9/11. The whole world was in uproar, right? And so they should be. You got 3 to 4 times that. 3 times that a month in our country. Dead. we have a problem.
I want you to watch. Tell us what.
Push this button. So what?
Listen, guess who didn't push the button this time? Please.
No mouth, literally nothing. It got taken away from me.
So yeah, Jim, that's Kensington. But I want to jump back to a comment because I feel the same way. Alan says, I truly believe that you guys have laid the foundation for Jeanette's drive and passion for sobriety. And it reciprocates. Is that the right word? Reciprocates right back to us when I see her going. She takes those pictures of her studying late at night on her computer and then getting her diploma and all that kind of stuff. And man, it's very encouraging to watch. Like over the last couple of years, everybody that's been a part of us and us a part of you, and it feels really good. And I'm glad and so proud of you, Jeanette.
Very proud. Very proud.
Petey as well.
Yeah,
He's been with
Petey.
us like one.
Petey wins all the raffles, you guys.
Yeah.
That's true. That one day.
He's the raffle winner.
The raffle king.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
70 days sober. Your videos have been a blessing. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So blessed to be able to be here. We're so proud of you. Do the sirens.
I like to do the
Listen,
sirens.
can the sirens be over here next time? Can I use the siren button?
Which one is it? This one?
Yeah, number 3.
Okay. Good to know.
Only have about 10 days until 5 months are here.
Woo, Sean. Great
Sean,
great
keep that up,
job.
man. Yes. Jeanette says, I created a student recovery and support club, SRSC, at my
Cool.
school. I would like to share your link to the members. Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Share us out.
Of course.
Johnny
John.
V.
Of course you would know how to say that.
Thank you. You're such a verb.
Thank you for the definition, John. We really appreciate it.
Knew it.
The camera went. See that?
Oh, it goes up. Huh?
To give and take mutually too, to return in kind or degree. Thank you, John. You could always count on John for that perfectly. Aw, bless you.
Blushing.
Jordan Nicole has a year.
I didn't mean to do that. That was
A year, got her son back. What?
That's awesome.
That
She
is
actually is
sick.
one person that keeps up with me on Messenger. She gives me all the updates.
Oh,
I
beautiful.
Love it.
all the updates.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
I'm sure Steffi says, "What up?"
What up?
Hey, brother and sister, happy to see y'all. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. It's been a great Father's Day. And guess what? I'm not drunk right now, and I remembered it. I'm remembering all of it.
Unfortunately, he remembers my family playing the worst game of volleyball ever played.
I had to tap out.
I had to tap out.
Look, I'm not gonna lie here. I'm athletic and competitive, and I can't just smack the ball because we're having fun and giggling because nobody can hit the ball. It's like let's
Nobody.
play a damn game here. No, nobody can hit the ball twice.
Are you a little
I'm-
competitive?
I'm out of here.
Nobody hit the ball. It was like it was everywhere.
Oh, that's funny.
I laughed so hard in a long time. It was so funny.
You know it, brother. Absolutely not. I haven't been in there for like years. Oh yeah, where's Sheree?
Shree.
I doesn't know. She's probably in bed. Des, what time is it over there?
Des, go wake her up.
Des has the lowdown on that.
tea.
I want to show y'all another video we made about a program here. There, and that's one of the programs that we work for with our LLC, and we are helping them reach a wider, bigger audience as well. And so that's the kind of stuff we've been doing. What should we talk about? Should we get into these guys?
I'm gonna tell Jeanette, Jeanette, go. 4 years.
4 years. Woo!
What?
Oh,
You
you
got
blind
more
kisses?
clean time than me?
Because Jeanette's cool. You're out.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Jeanette's got some time.
She got some time.
Thank you, John. That was a fun one to make. We actually like
That one
scripted
was
it
really
out,
fun.
shots. That was probably my favorite one we've ever done. Jordan says, wondering if I can broadcast for you guys for the women in my sober living. Absolutely. I'm lead in my mommy house and through my program. Also, Jim, Rachel's book came out from Addiction, Addict Anonymous. Very cool. Here's another thing I think about that word anonymity. I believe anonymity is a thing of the past. I think anonymity is why the baby boomers are still so beeped. Still so up.
He said, beep.
They were so afraid to talk about how they feel and admit they actually had problems going on in their personal lives that they are completely up. And I only say that because of my family and who I was raised by with my aunts and uncles. But now it's like Recover Out Loud. Let everybody know. And we were filming a thing about in Utah. They got this thing where you can get your record expunged, and if you have too many, you can like go for a pardon and all that kind of stuff. And this one guy, Dave Rocher, he's like, I lead with my story. He's like, I've built a life that I don't need an expungement from because he has proved himself to be a trustworthy, hardworking individual. Somebody that gives back to society is now a part of the solution, not the problem. And he says in those situations where a lot of us want to cower and hide and maybe not tell our story because we're worried about what the other person says, I lead with my story because that's who I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's who he is.
She said, yeah. Well, I just feel like that. And I know that LT, you feel like that too, in our stories and in our addictions, that they were like really dark times. Like that was the darkest time of my life, but also like I learned and gained so much from it. Like now that I'm on the other side, bless you. Bless you.
One
Bless
more
you.
time, I'm calling in sick.
Anywho,
go ahead.
Just that those were some dark times, but also without that, like I would not be where I am today. I would not have learned the things I've learned today. Like, and I would not be able to connect with the people that I've connected with if I didn't lead with my story. Like, it's just as simple as that. So I am a firm believer in recovering out loud.
Yeah, I led with my story Friday when I met with my Spanish teacher. We sat down and she's trying to figure out how smart or how dumb I am because I'm learning Spanish. So that's one of my goals, right, in life. And it's something I want to achieve is to speak and understand Spanish fluently. I want to be able to switch from English to Spanish like there's nothing in between. And I sit down and we start talking and she starts asking me about my education. And I'm like, my education's garbage. I said, look, here's the story. Back in my 20s, this is how I learned Spanish. I was a meth addict and got arrested, and I went to jail for a year or so. And while I was in jail, I started writing down. I was like, well, I'm stuck here. Guess I ain't going nowhere. Might as well make the best of my time. So I started writing down door, table, and I would go to all the Spanish-speaking individuals in there, the paisas from de Michoacán, and
tell them. You tell them.
And I built me a huge vocabulary list. And she looks at me and I'm like, okay, let's see what she thinks. And she's like, no judgment here. And I'm like, well, how did you learn Spanish? She's like, I'm a returned missionary. I'm like, oh.
Nice said, oh, 2 different paths.
But it was cool. Like she connected, she gets it. And she has people in her life. There's not a person out there that hasn't either experienced it as an addict individual themselves or somebody very close to them, whether that be a spouse, a child, a mom and dad, aunt, uncle. Everybody gets burnt by the addiction somewhere.
Facts. Honorary Johnson. He said, "We are, in a way, phoenixes. We come from the ashes to rise above and do the most amazing things, not
Yeah.
just for us, but for the universe around us.
Mm,
That is how we not just survive, but how we thrive."
mm.
Love it.
He's so good at words.
He's so he's always got like depth to his sentences.
Yeah.
I love it. I wish I could be like that. So this 14-step goal, we'll get into this just a little bit and give an overview of what this guy's talking about here. His name's Brian Tracy. You can look this up and download it on the internet. Just to let you know, if you do hit this guy up, he's got the old school method of marketing, which is to bug you in hopes that you'll sign up for stuff. So if you do sign up to get this download, you'll end up with 400 emails a day from Brian Tracy, from a robot, really. But this goal thing is amazing. He says, how to get everything you want faster than you ever thought possible. Success is goals and all else is commentary. He says, this is a great discovery throughout all of human history. Your life only begins to become a great life when you clearly identify what it is that you want. Make a plan to achieve it and then work on that plan. I noticed that John put his numbers in there and I didn't get to put them on there, but John is the exact example of what we're talking about here. He has goals. They are written on a big whiteboard behind him and he is tracking it. What does that mean? That means it's measurable. He can look back a year, 2 years ago and see exactly where he was with his weight, with his gambling, with his addiction. And now as a superstar athlete, marathon runner, crazy guy, I don't run. He's tracking all that too. And so that's what we're going to do is we're going to start building this. So I want you all to be thinking this whole next week about goals in your life that you want to achieve. Like for me, one that's just off the wall that like makes no sense really is to learn Spanish. Like, why the heck do you want to learn Spanish? You're 40 some years old now and now you want to go back and be a high school student? Like, kind of, what is that? That doesn't make no sense because I want to. That's why. And so think of something like that. Or maybe it's something at work or some people you want to, maybe it's relationships you want to restore in your life, or maybe it's getting fit, losing weight. Maybe it's working on a project in the house. Maybe it's planting a garden. Maybe it's putting the sprinklers in and changing all the sprinkler heads that are broken. You know, whatever the goal, how small or how big, don't think it's too small. Write it down and we'll start to execute by building a plan. And that's what we're going to do. It says the primary reason for failure is that people do not develop new plans to replace those plans that didn't work. So you had a couple plans. Yeah, they didn't work. And I've had those. And guess what? Scrap them. New plan. Move on. Anything?
Yeah. Quick shout out to Miss Asia for getting yourself healthy and stuff. Jeanette said to make sure to give you a shout out because you're doing really awesome. Hitting goals, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Doing amazing. Good job. Good job,
Super
buddy.
proud.
Good job.
Very cool. Yeah, you got to get healthy, man. Think about your body. This is the vehicle we have to carry us through life. It's the only one we got. And if we don't take care of it, you ain't gonna get carried very far. And you ain't gonna live very long either. Because if we destroy the vehicle, just like your car, if you put the wrong oil, if you don't change, if you don't take care of your car, put new tires and brakes on it, that thing ain't gonna get you to point B anymore. And same with our bodies. And the thing is like if you go to the gym and you struggle an hour a day, 3 times a week, right? 3 hours a week. And you put in that pain, it hurts, you sweat, your heart's beating, you feel like you can't breathe. Or you get overweight and you have a hard time getting out of a chair and you can't get out of the car and either way, you're suffering. So choose your hard type of thing, right? Choose how you're going to suffer.
Real quick, PD. He said he completed drug court on the 15th of February of this year.
Whoa.
2 days later, celebrated 3 years clean.
Yeah,
and
That's
sober.
awesome.
Still loving my life. And today my son called me and wished me happy Father's Day for the first time in years. And that was the absolute best feeling ever.
Oh,
The
man.
best.
Very cool, PD.
That is way cool.
I like when I'm sad we took a break, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying all these awesome
All the updates.
because you guys still killed it.
Reading the comments.
Look at eyebrows.
This is Millie's favorite picture lately.
Yeah.
Just forehead pictures.
Forehead.
I don't know why. Kids are doing good. FY.
Yeah, kids are awesome. Link's doing really
Where are the
good.
kids?
They went to grandma's house the other night.
Grandma's
I
lucky.
just won't give up Jeanette, just like my pap did when I will die with my work boots on. Yeah, me too. You know what I was thinking today? I have an exit plan. So this stuff I'm doing now with my LLC, nonprofit, and all that kind of stuff, I hope to pass it down to a younger generation and just let them take it over. Here you go. You can have it. I'm out. I'm going to Mexico and I'm going to teach English.
Wow, that's a good exit plan. That's pretty good.
We're moving to Mexico and we're going to teach English in some remote village,
Michoacan.
very close to Michoacan.
That's where we're going.
Wow, that is a
LA,
good plan.
Michoacan.
And I'm out of here. We're going to retire out there. Probably I'm going to make Feliz an avocado farmer.
An avocado farmer.
Well,
Sounds like you have an exit plan
I
too.
got an exit
You
plan.
didn't know it, but you have your own exit
That's it.
plan.
We're quitting tomorrow. Quit my job and go farm avocados.
So check this out. The 3 turning points in his life for Brian Tracy. He says, first, I discovered that I was responsible for my life. A lot of us addicts, man, they got this victim mentality. Poor me, give me, give me, give me. But guess what? You are responsible from this second on. Look at your clock, look at your watch, look at the date on this Sunday night. Every choice you make from here on out is your choice and your responsibility. It's your life to choose to do what you want to do with it. If you choose a cheeseburger over a healthy sandwich, that was your choice and you have to own that. And that's what he discovered first, that he was responsible for his life and for everything that has happened to him. He said, I learned that this life is not a rehearsal for something else. This is it. This is the real thing. Game on, record. And I love this one thing I heard the other day, that you are the director, you are the actor, you are the cameraman, you're the producer, and you're the writer of this life that is yours. If you don't like the scene, go back and rewrite it and change the script. You don't like the shot, move the camera in your life and do something different with it, because you are the director and the producer of your own life. He says, in every study of successful people, the acceptance of personal responsibility seems to be the starting point. When we decided and understood, hey, I am responsible for this. I know a lot of crazy stuff that has happened to me in my childhood that I was not responsible for. I got drug around by my dad and the way that he lived his life and all the stuff that happened back then. Okay, yeah, that was a part of my life. It kind of, put up the blocks and barriers and created an addict kind of person with me, I guess. But at some point in life, I became my own man and I became responsible for my own choices at that point. He says, before that, nothing happens. After you accept complete responsibility, your whole life will begin to change. So over this next week, think about how your life is your life, how your goals are only achievable and attainable by the choices and plans that you put into action, and then actually acting upon the plans you put into place.
Back to Jim Hartley. 2 major surgeries, 37 days in the hospital, 32 days in rehab, and I'm back walking again, hoping to be back to work this fall. Never give up, guys.
Proud of you,
Never give up.
Jim. Never give up.
Oh, and Jim also says,
Why you look so beautiful, Aubrey.
Jim, stop. You're making me blush. Stop. Thank you. Thank you so much.
not lies.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are your own CEO. Absolutely. 100. Boom. That's exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
love that.
Number 2, he says the second turning point for me, which came when I was 24 years old, this guy, Brian, who's an old guy now, was my discovery of goals. He says, without really knowing what I was doing, I sat down and I made a list of 10 things I wanted to accomplish in the foreseeable future. I promptly lost the list, but 30 days later, my whole life had changed. Almost every goal on my list had already been achieved and partially achieved. When you start writing these down, you start acting upon your goals, you're going to accomplish and succeed at what you want sooner than you think it will be. If you set a goal in 2 months, I want to lose 40 pounds, and you look back, okay, every single day I have to do these steps. By the time you hit 2 months, you'll more than likely have overachieved the goal you were set out to do.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Girl cam.
Oh, go Cam. Oh, besties. Ow. Oh. Hey, LT,
What?
I have a comment about that. Because when I was doing that freaking wonderful golf tournament that I just enjoyed doing so much, no, I'm going to be honest.
killed it.
I really struggled with it. For a second there, I really struggled with it. And there was one day that I was super, super overwhelmed with everything that I had to do and everything that needed to get done. And so I wrote down my goals for the golf tournament and I stuck them on my pantry because my pantry is right by my desk because my desk is in my kitchen. Okay?
Yeah.
Stuck them on my pantry. And you want to know what happened? Listening to you read that about how when he came back to the list and most of the goals were done or like partially done, I did that the other day and my list had like been up there and all of the lists, everything that I had wanted to do on there, like without even referring back to the list, I had completed. And like seeing it written down and seeing that it was done and all of them were completed, like that was so cool.
Satisfaction.
Yes. I was like, wow, I really did it. Like I was so
Wow.
proud of myself. So I know it's true. I know it's real.
It works.
Yes.
Weird. He says something in here that's one of my favorite quotes that I've heard in a long time, and it's only 3%. Yeah, he says it right here. Only 3% of adults have written goals, and everybody else works for them. Like, oh man. John V says, go ahead.
Oh. Set us up for that one. Own your script. If something, somebody, or someplace in is not serving you anymore, bid it well and move on. Get yourself to higher ground. Interdependency is the rule, never codependent.
See what I do there? I refer all of John's words over to the girls so that I
John,
don't mispronounce the big words.
The big
John.
words.
throw in the definition for interdependency, please.
Listen. Hey, John, can you define interdependency, please?
And use it in a sentence.
You're like the modern day Alexa, okay? Or Siri.
John.
Hey, John, can you define
I wonder
interdependency
if we can change our Alexa's name to John.
instead of Alexa? Hey, John.
Alexa, are you as smart as John V?
Okay, here's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, nope, she's not.
Oh, now we're watching movies.
Alexa, stop. Say John V. You. Alexa's dumb.
She said
Jeanette
thanks.
says, I thought about you guys on Friday. Aw.
Oh,
At my internship, I sit with the girls at the rehab for their NA meeting and decided we should go over character defects. I heard about them for the first time in your online Zoom step meeting.
oh yeah.
Character
I
defects.
think
We
I
should
still
go
got
over those.
That's been a while.
Been a
Yeah,
sec.
Let's go over those things in
I got it.
in our group for sure. But yeah, character defects, impatience, procrastination, laziness, criticism, criticizing, false pride, self-importance, self-condemnation, dishonesty, insincerity, self-justification, self-pity, jealousy, envy, vulgar or immoral thinking, destructive anger, resentment, negative thinking. And then you total that stuff up. Yeah.
So should we be more like, I'm patient instead of keep telling people I'm impatient?
Oh man.
Change it. I'm patient. Maybe one day we will.
Okay, but
Patience
I'm
is
not
something
patient.
I've been
Well, yeah, with
struggling
attitude
with
like that.
Sorry.
big time.
I'm patient. I'll just brainwash myself. Interdependent is a mutually dependent relationship, one that is healthy, one that doesn't squelch or shunt. John,
Interesting.
can you define squelch or shunt?
Simply stated, it is okay to lean when you are unsure, when you are unaware. It is not okay to mooch or take advantage when you are more than capable of tackling something ourselves. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I see you.
gotcha.
Okay. And I think that's the reason I feel so angry when I see this guy on the side of the road begging for money. And he's a young, strapping man. The only thing he has is he's missing an arm.
Oh my gosh, I see him every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
And he makes it a point to hold his homeless sign or whatever he's got on. And you can tell by the look on his face, he's doing meth. Obvious, right? Addicts know. And he waves at people with the nub. I'm like, dude, it ain't tugging on my heartstring. It makes me mad. because and then you run across these things online of this guy who has no arms who can play the guitar amazing with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spit everywhere.
Ew.
I'm
Ew.
getting fired up here.
He's getting
Ooh.
fired up.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's why I got independent in my own recovery and quit depending on others and meetings to keep me sober. Things often come to an end, and I was going to be lost if they did end.
Just a fart smeller.
You're just a fart smeller. We should lean on you, John. You're such a fart smeller.
So number 3 on our goals, Dilly, the third turning point in my life, Brian Tracy says, came when he discovered that you can learn anything you need to learn to accomplish any goal you set for yourself. And I was thinking about education too, and kind of going back to my little Spanish thing because it's really what's on the top of my mind, is when people go, I need to go back to school to learn. No, that's not true. And my Spanish teacher and I had this conversation. She said, I told her my education is garbage. I barely got a GED when I was 30. She goes, yeah, but you're educated. And she goes, and her boyfriend now, he has no college degree, but he's the kind of person that's always seeking wisdom and information and education for himself. And so therefore he is an educated individual, though he doesn't have some degree from a school or whatnot, which is the point here of what he's saying. He says, no one is smarter than you and no one is better than you. All business skills, sales skills, money-making skills are learnable. Everyone who is good in any idea today was once poor in that area. Everybody started from zero at some point, at some time. The top people in every field were at one time not even in that field and didn't know that field even existed. And what hundreds of thousands of other people have done, guess what? You can do it as well.
Never stop learning.
So over this next little while, we're going to be going through these papers on setting goals. Not only are we going through them here live on Facebook and YouTube, but we are also going through these Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at our local program at the Iron House Gym. And we have a list. And my goals are getting very well put together. And I decided that Saturday, I just need to rest.
I think that's a great idea for you.
Yeah.
Like, you need a rest day. You're a very busy guy.
I just ruin myself most.
Yes. You burn yourself out.
Yeah.
Rest is important.
Rest is important.
very important.
Make sure to take a day of rest, everyone.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thy labor and do all thy work, but the 7th is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Tell them.
In it, your manservant or your maidservant or your animals within thy gates, that shall not work.
That was good. That was really good.
Whoa, into trading. Man, I haven't seen that name forever. This is a blast from the past. That's what I was just thinking.
He's in Indonesia now.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That is way cool.
I've never been there.
Never?
Never.
I've been there twice. I was there last week.
What?
After
Oh my
his trip to
god.
Michoacan.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, math. You know what? I always thought I couldn't. You know what the thing is? I think I projected who my dad was. At least his actions led me to believe who he was and that I was going to be exactly like him. And I never thought I was smart. Like, there's no way I'm going to do school. There's no way I'm going to be able to do math. There's no way I'm going to be able to do any of this stuff until I started like doing it. And I realized like, oh my God, I can actually do this stuff. Maybe I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. And then I did math. I had to learn math for something. And I actually was like, this is easy. I could get good at math if I wanted to, but screw that.
But boo math.
I do math all the time, every day, all day.
Yeah.
Tyson.
Felice is our math
Tyson.
gal.
I do all the math. Your turn.
As I've been told many times in the gym, listen to your body. When you are taking care of yourself, you have to listen to your body. Overdoing it can cause damage, Achilles tendonitis. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that too. I just turned 44, y'all.
You're old man.
Doble cuatro.
You're old.
Oldie but goodie.
Oldie but goodie.
But he's old.
Yeah, he's old.
Straight old.
You
You're
know what makes
almost
me think of oldie
50.
but goodie? Have you ever, all y'all out there that are close to my age, okay? I'm talking about 36 and up into Dez's age, like dirt.
That's you.
Well,
Have you
sure.
ever revisited an old movie thinking, man, that movie was so good when I was a teenager and I would watch it. And then you watch it again and it totally just, you ruined it. It ruined it for you. I did that. There's a movie called Blood In, Blood Out. Vatos Loco forever. And and I used to watch it all the time when I was like 15, 16. Loved that show. Rewatched it. The worst show I've ever seen. The worst production. The worst actors. It was garbage. I used to love that show. Young pups, Alan says. Alan is. How old are you, Alan? You're like 44 and a half.
John is 46. 51,
I
53.
don't know that I did a good math.
51 and very young. Absolutely. I'm with you there. 53 in a month. Woo-wee.
Listen, y'all make me feel real young.
Everybody guess how old Aubrey is.
Des is 66.
If you tuned in at the beginning of this episode, you know what year I was born. So, little trivia. When is my
Oh.
birthday?
Alan does not look 48.
Uh-uh.
So Jeanette is either using some amazing filters when she takes pictures of him, or he looks young.
Or he looks young.
It's one of the two.
Nope, she's not 38. Or are you 38?
I feel awkward. I'm 34 going on 35 on the 8th. No, it's
Alan, Jeanette, winners.
That's because we lightsabered them. They'll never forget.
Oh, yeah.
The glowy swords. The glowy swords.
Very cool, y'all. So glad to have everybody back. So glad to be back. So you can count on us to be here every Sunday night from 7 till 8 Mountain Time, unless we're on a trip or some other thing takes over, which we will make sure everybody has plenty of notice to know. But remember, we're writing down goals. So next Sunday when we come back, make sure throughout this week you do some research on goal writing, do some in-depth research inside yourself. Like, what do I want to accomplish? And it doesn't have to be extraordinary and crazy, or it could be extraordinary and crazy. It's up to you. It's your life. You do what you want with it. But next Sunday, we're going to dig deeper into step 1 on goal setting by deciding exactly what you want in every key area of your life. So what do you want in every key area of your life? And we're going to start writing this stuff down. Okay? Sound good?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Got it.
God, grant us the serenity
To accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
And woohoo! Boop, boop, boop.
I had to do it once.
All right, y'all. Until next time, remember, stay strong, work your program. What did I used to say?
And remember.
No, I know that part.
Oh.
How did I start it?
I think that was it. You did it.
Okay,
That
y'all.
sounds
Until
good.
next
What is
time.
it?
Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.